think this is going to be our last question for this round. All right, I got a question for you. Now that they've passed certain laws, previous Congresses, right? Like bills like NAFTA back in the 90s, what do we do about some of those things that have already been passed, already been implemented, to change them, to fix what's going on since then? And we need to stop some things with the World Trade Organization.
Right, great question. And the essence of your question is that we have the ability, as a Congress, if we have the will, to change virtually anything. You know, we can go back and we can revisit all of these agreements. We can. I know one of your passions is always you're talking about global warming. Oh, I'm sorry, we can't call it global warming anymore. We got to call it climate change. Again, to your thing about the words. And one of the things that we've seen recently with the University of East Anglia and the IPCC, we've seen that in many cases, the data that's basing all of these climate change bills that they're based on, the books have been cooked. You know, we're finding out that in 1995, there's been no appreciable global warming since 1995. Well, one of the things I remember was Barack Obama's victory speech when he said, we'll look back on this as the day the seas stop rising. Well, he's right. The seas stopped rising. So we will look back on this as the day that we were able to find out what the heck was going on with this. And you know, the hacked emails, the cookbooks, I think that almost every decision that's been made in government based on that data needs to be totally revisited. And that includes the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative here in the state of Rhode. Revisit it in light of new data, and then we should withdraw from Reggie, in my opinion. Thank you very much.
You asked about free trade, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, I couldn't get all that. NAFTA. All right. I have to tell you, that's one of the hardest questions. That's the hardest question for me because in my heart, I'm a free trade guy. I believe in free trade. I believe in open markets. I believe in all that stuff. But what makes it such a hard question is that I also talk to people in Rhode Island who feel that they've been put out of business, that they can't make a living. You know, right now in Rhode Island, we have very high unemployment. And we desperately need a program that at least says to people on unemployment, listen, if you will become self-employed, first of all, we'll give you a class how to do it, how to get yourself set up. And we'll even let you collect for another month if you're going to self-employed. Something like that. Because we're going to have a lot of people open up their own little businesses in this state. Because God knows we don't have enough employers who can employ a lot of people. So we have to, if you know how to do something, you're going to have to find a way to do it. Free trade, it's the most difficult issue. I want to tell you, I don't have an answer. I'm listening. I'm a free trader. I am. I believe in more agreements with more countries encouraging free trade, but at the same time, I'm aware of the cost of people losing their jobs. So I won't tell you, I don't want to be dishonest with you and say I would go for protectionism. I would not. Thank you.
The first question was, what about bad laws? Well, get rid of them. We got plenty of laws. If we could wheel the combined federal regulations into this room, we'd all have to move, get out of the way. There'd be that much paper. So, you know, I would consider having an entire session of Congress devoted to retiring laws rather than making any new ones. Things would need more. We are in a global economy, and we must be able to trade and compete fairly in that global economy. But, question, is NAFTA really a free trade document? It may be its intent, but unfortunately the businesses in America are restrained by additional restrictions that people are not restrained by in other nations, in the other nations, especially in Mexico. And so as a result, what we've done is we have tilted the table in that direction. So that absolutely has to be revisited, and I'm back to my first answer. Things that are made can be unmade, and that's what you got a Congress for. Hire legislators who will do what you want them to do, because you know what? They work for you. It's your government. Doesn't belong to anybody in Washington, D.C. And find people, hopefully like me, that'll remember that and go act that way when they get inside the Beltway. Thank you.